Join me as I take on the challenge of demanding justice for unarmed victims of police brutality. Let's see how we can raise our voices together. The issue of police brutality has been a recurring nightmare for many communities, particularly for those who are unarmed and innocent. It's a painful reality that we've seen play out over and over again, leaving families torn apart and communities shattered. The impact of these incidents isn't just felt by the victims and their loved ones. It resonates throughout society, fueling anger, fear, and a deep-seated mistrust in the very institutions meant to protect us. One of the most glaring issues with police brutality is the lack of accountability. When officers are involved in shootings or other forms of violence against unarmed civilians, the investigations that follow often seem more like a whitewash than a genuine attempt to uncover the truth. This lack of transparency and accountability perpetuates a culture of impunity within some police departments, where officers might feel like they're above the law. The consequences for unarmed victims, of course, are devastating. Not only do they lose their lives or suffer severe injuries, but their families are left to pick up the pieces, often struggling with grief, financial hardship, and a profound sense of injustice. The community at large also suffers, as trust in law enforcement erodes, making it harder for police to effectively serve and protect the public. The story of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager shot and killed by a police officer in Ferguson, Missouri, is one that still haunts many to this day. His death sparked widespread protests and calls for reform, highlighting the deep-seated frustrations and fears within communities of color. Another case is that of Sandra Bland, who was found dead in her jail cell after being pulled over for a traffic stop. Her death, and the subsequent handling of the investigation, raised serious questions about police conduct and the treatment of civilians in custody. These cases, and many others like them, have galvanized public opinion and mobilized people to demand change. They've shown us that we can't just sit back and watch. We have to stand up and fight for justice, for accountability, and for the basic human rights that we all deserve. In recent years, there's been a surge of protests and movements calling for an end to police brutality. From marches and rallies to online campaigns and advocacy groups, people are making their voices heard. Some cities have also seen legislative changes, such as the implementation of police reform laws and the establishment of civilian review boards to oversee police conduct. These developments are crucial steps toward accountability and transparency. They show that when we come together and demand change, we can actually make it happen. Whether it's through policy reforms, community engagement, or simply by keeping the conversation going, every effort counts in the fight against police brutality. To summarize, we've discussed the tragic reality of police brutality and its impact on unarmed victims, the systemic issues that allow it to continue, and the ways in which people are coming together to demand justice and change. It's clear that this is a complex issue with no easy solutions, but that's exactly why we need to keep talking about it, keep pushing for accountability, and keep fighting for the rights and dignity of all people. If you're passionate about this issue, I want to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're looking for more content on social justice and activism, be sure to check out my other video on how you can make a difference in your community.